What up, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. So yeah, let's have a look, right? Let's see what the hell is going on here. Bitcoin still just hanging out in that buy zone, right? Just refusing to make a move at this point. But you know, all we could do is be patient really here. We know where our point of invalidation is. It's close, but it's also, you know, still a couple grand away. So we have a little room to breathe. We've just been hanging out in this buy zone. I mean, just the other day, we were sitting up here, right? And we were thinking and hoping for this, right? Now that we got it, everybody's freaking out, right? Isn't that funny? But you know, when this was happening right here, almost like this rising wedge, you know, we were just like, okay, look, it's in the middle of this harmonic. You know, it has another leg down. It only made the first initial retrace. You know, we were hoping for this dump. We get this dump right into the buy zone, small partial rise, and then double bottom right into it. Okay, so that's all that's kind of happened here. It seems concerning, of course. Anytime you're, you know, close to a stop, right? It's always a bit concerning, but I mean, this is literally your buy zone, okay? You're inside of it, all right? There's like, until we get down here, you know, there's nothing to really worry about at this point, okay? Just patience, right? So bullish conditions. I mean, you know, again, this has to reverse here, basically, right? I mean, like we said, if this ends up failing, back testing the stop as resistance, it's gonna sell off, and you're gonna go all the way to 20k. All right, if that happens. So you don't want that to happen at all. Okay. You know, zooming in on this, looking at the oscillators, we continue to paint more negative momentum, but if you notice, they continue to be, you know, much lower levels, right? So we had this, let me even zoom this in a little more, watch. So then we had this next island, even a slightly lower levels of negative momentum, and even a fourth one. Okay, so you can see how this is now kind of reacting. And when you compare that back to price, right, if we look at price at the same time that we're looking at this MACD, you'll see this first negative histogram island happened here, this second one happened here. Okay, now this third one has happened here. Okay, and this fourth one that's occurring is actually painting right now a higher low. Okay, so something like that, right? Where you can see this shift in the momentum, right? Price action shifting structure as you're, you know, painting much lower levels of negative momentum on the MACD, right? Our momentum oscillator. So, That being said, this is setting up, right? This is setting itself up. You have like this downsloping wedge here. We'll put it in yellow. And so you're like in this wedge, you have the 3x bullish divergence right in the buy zone of this large harmonic. So, this is it. Like, if this isn't going to do it, nothing is, okay? If this is not going to do it, and this large, massive X, A, B, C, D pattern is not going to usher in your reversal to the upside, then you're basically done here, right? I mean, if you want as a hedge short, right? Not that we're talking shorts yet, but like all you have to do is be above this previous high at this point. If this is going to nuke, you're basically going to get this all the way down to freaking 20K, all the way down here. 19.8 right here, down here. Purple line, okay? So if that nukes, that's massive short, right? But again, you could just use that as a hedge. We're not saying that we're short yet, right? This has to still dump below the stop loss and regard it as resistance, and then this is the real trigger, okay? But if you're scared, you can short it now and have a stop above 32.2 and just let it invalidate, okay? Just let it stop you out, whatever. It's just your hedge on your hedge account. If it stops out, whatever, this is your real play, right? But if we're wrong here and this just completely fails and we sell off, now you basically have this really nice entry with the really tight stop, right? But I'm not going to do that yet. I'm probably not going to do that until here, okay? That exact same situation, right? Where I'll put a stop above probably still the same spot. It's just a much lower entry. I'm just waiting. It hasn't proven it that it's over yet, okay? It's still continuing to, like, look at this. You're just painting lower levels, lower levels, lower levels, lower levels as you're coming into the apex of this, the last leg of this Gartley, right? Like, if you wanted to, you can use the actual Gartley itself, right, to create this wedge. You see what I mean? It almost does it itself. You see this? So that's all we're looking at. So until this, proves otherwise, still long, right? Still long. Plan is still much higher prices, okay? So again, that 4 hour MACD, I mean, that's pretty significant, all right? Even if we take it back one and we just paint 3 of them, right? Because the fourth one's technically convergence. Just paint it like that, right? You can clearly see 3, points here in each one getting closer and closer to this neutral line here where you zero out, right? So what we need to see now is this last bit of momentum start to turn positive, and we need to start painting, this positive momentum up above this neutral line, okay? So we need that next. We need to break out of this, okay? We need to break out of this. You just don't have a ton of time left, okay? You can't just keep going sideways forever, because eventually the oscillators are going to turn on you where now they're in your favor. This is it. They turn on you. It's going to help usher in this, right? So you can't let the oscillators turn on you by just lollygagging in the completion zone for too long, right? The bids have to step in, and they got to step in now. This is the buy zone, okay? If we're in the buy zone, that's when you buy bids, okay? If the bids don't want to buy and cooperate, we can't do this alone, right? We need everyone to, not everyone, but significant, substantial players to step in with bids. The bulls need to take over from the bears. The bears, you look, I mean, the bears, negative momentum, they tried one big nice push, right? And every time they try and push price lower, and they continue to push price lower, but they're getting lower levels of negative momentum, right? Meaning there's less and less help for the bears to push this price any lower than they really could. And even though they pushed it down each time, it was marginal, and the negative momentum is depleting. Okay, so this is it, right? The bears have opened the window for the bulls to take over here, right? The bulls need to take control of this and send this back up to the range. At least start with this range midpoint, right? The yellow dashed line, our range midpoint on this larger structure, right? This big rectangle sideways harmonic structure. Okay, so at first let's get this range midpoint, then let's get the harmonic tops, and then let's get the range high, and then let's break the range high, get the golden zone, right? So again, of course, one step at a time, but right now we're okay. We're still fine. We just need to, bulls need to step up. It's time, right? It's time. So, all right, let's move on and check on the Russians and Ethereum. All right, so same thing. Look, you're just hanging out at the 786, bullish cipher. So just hanging out there, right? If we wanted to, bullish cipher. Okay, this is what we're looking at. Let me bring it over. Gosh, sorry. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Okay, bringing this back over. And here. Okay. Here you go. So what we're looking at here, harmonic wise, bullish cipher, okay? So you have this initial X to A, initial impulse up, right? And then you have a B decline between the 382 and the 618. So let's look at that first. So our B decline is at the 483. So it's between the 382 and the 618. That's when you have this initial X to A rise, initial impulse. Then you sell off between the 382 and the 618. We had a 50% sell off. Okay, next we're looking for the C leg. Well, the C leg says we need to be between the 113 and the 1414. Well, we're between the 113 and the 1414. Okay, bingo. So X, A, B, C, all valid. Now that means we need a D 786 that also coincides with the 1414. Boom. 786 between, and this is between the 1272 and the 200, which the 1414 is right between that, and the 1414 is a significant fib level, fibbing from the B low to the C high. You can see this red 1414 line, okay? Then when we fib from the X low up to the C high again, we have an overlapping 1414 786, red and blue lines off the fibs, coinciding in the completion zone area of the bullish cipher. Okay, valid bullish cipher on Russian Ethereum. Okay, so then let's zoom in, look at the oscillators. Last time we checked, we had bullish divergence. What has happened since then is we've continued to paint another leg of bullish divergence, and this one, look at it, look at this, pathetic. This is like the bears have turned liberal on us. Okay, look at this patheticness right here. Look at this. That's it. That's what you got for me. One little bullshit little tick of negative momentum. That's it. I mean, that's all you're talking about at this point. What are you gonna do with that? Okay, so let's line this up and look back at it. Okay, look at this MACD. Okay, boom. Where did this start? All right, we're looking at this first island of negative momentum that lines up right here on July 8th low. Okay, boom, there's the low. Then the next island of negative momentum was July 14th. There's the next low. Boom. This last pathetic little leg, July 16th, boom, 786 completion zone, 3x bullish divergence with classic tail end RSI bullish divergence, cherry on top. Harmonic, 3x bullish divergence, tail end RSI divergence. If you don't trade this, you're never going to fucking make it. I don't know what else to tell you, okay? I have nothing. if we're not doing this when we see it, okay, then we have no point of even having any further conversations in here. Okay, this is why we're here. X, A, B, C, D, valid to the textbook, harmonic, 1 of 6, bullish cipher, 3x, bullish divergence, coinciding variables, tail end, RSI, bullish divergence, inside the completion zone, and you have a double harmonic completion zone area. Double completion zone. Boom, boom. Painting higher low. I mean, this is it. Range bottom of the range. Where else would you rather buy than to buy the bottom of the range? The range is right here. Okay, I'll make it very, very apparent. Nice and thick. Okay, this is the range low. Look at where you are. You're just above it right now. You're buying the bottom of the range in a bullish harmonic on a significant 4-hour time frame. 3x bullish divergence on the RSI. I sound like a broken record, but look, this is all we look for in this Discord. There's nothing else for us to do in here but identify these harmonics, making these exact coinciding variable characteristics on our favorite 4-hour time frame. Okay, I got nothing else to tell you. If this isn't what you want out of me, then you're here for the wrong reason. I got nothing. This is it. This is literally it. This is it. There's nothing else we look for but this. Russian Ethereum. Bam. I mean, if this doesn't full send, okay, we just need to completely stop out of this position at the X low, 1700, and we're just done with this trade, right? Like, back to the drawing board. I mean, look, Titan validation, guys. Look, you can't get hurt that bad on this. You just can't. I mean, look, massive upsides, 5 to 1s. Even it's going to be even more than that because this is just the top of the range. And ideally, if we've been in this stupid range for so long, that the top of the range shouldn't be it. We should completely take this range and we should stack a whole new range on top of it. Does that make sense? And this top of the next range should almost be our target. Okay, price would come up, regard, come up, regard, come up, regard, bullshit around all the way up, then all the way back. Okay, that's what we should see if this is really what it is. Okay, and nothing less than this, and even more so may happen, but nothing less than making a new range. Okay, busting out of the existing into a new one. And like, I mean, I don't know, that's what should happen here. Okay, yeah, that's where we are. All right, fuck bears. Moving on. ETH BTC. Again, perfect example of why Russian Ethereum is going to outperform. We had our initial impulse up. We hit a target. We sold off. Partial decline. Probably a 618, 786 type decline. 618, 786 type decline. Okay. Common retrace. Probably painting the, there's your bullish divergence on a higher time frame. This has got to be painting hidden. Yeah. So when you have this bottom, right, you have this negative momentum, much larger levels of negative momentum, higher high on price. All right. Sorry to tell you guys, but that is hidden bullish divergence on Ethereum to BTC. Ethereum to USDT says full send. Ethereum to BTC says, hey, Bitcoin, I'm going to beat you in this one. And Bitcoin itself says, let's go. I mean, bro, you should be heavier on ETH than Bitcoin, but, full send here. Full send. Stops are like this, right? 1700. Stops below these lows on these harmonics. You almost have the same stop from the whole time. God, maybe a little wick into it, but aside from that, okay, so use the wick then. Use that little wick. You lose that wick again, that's probably bad, right? So right there, 1688, 1690, something like that, all right? So if you're shorting this, I mean, if you're looking at this right now and you're saying, okay, 4-hour this looks like a short to me. I mean, Jesus, right? Like, what are you possibly looking at? I don't got anything for you on the 4 hour that says short. If you want to go way higher on the time frames, maybe, but the 4 hour is going to play out way before the 12 hour or the 3 day, or you know what I mean? So I'm not saying the 12 hour and 3 day are insignificant. They're actually more significant. It just, the larger the time frame, the longer it takes to play out. Okay, the shorter the time frame, 4 hour, it'll play out sooner. We'll get our answer here. I feel like this is, but if this fails look, this could fail pretty fast to this stop out area. Okay, if this happens, the 4 hours gonna show it first before the 3 day really shows this. We're gonna know it's over here first. We're also gonna know that it's sending. Okay, so I think right here, this still is our best course of judgment here on the macro. And right now, due to ETH basically the ETH to BTC chart says ETH is going to outperform Bitcoin. If ETH is going to outperform Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the macro, and ETH is going to outperform Bitcoin, then that makes ETH the alpha macro in this current 4 hour time frame. Okay, like this is where we need to keep an eye on. Okay, so look, we continue to take trades when we have an edge in our favor. Right now, we've created an edge. We have a pattern. We have coinciding variables. We have it on a significant time frame. We have it on multiple assets, being ETH USDT, ETH BTC, right? So you have this, you're starting to paint this full narrative, all right? So, and you have a tight invalidation point. If you're not going to take those trades every time, then you're doing it wrong. And that being said, if you do take these trades every time with a very, very low risk, high reward type of situation, even if you get stopped a few times, it's going to be minimal. And when you let these things run, you're going to have so much potential upside, very little downside. You keep doing that, rinse and repeat over and over and over again, and you will win. Okay, period. That's it. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. Like, I know I'm ranting a little bit here, but it's because, okay, boom, 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 boom. Remember when they're at the table? Boom, 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 boom. I don't know how they do it, but Wolf of Wall Street, right? They're getting pumped. They're doing blow at 11 a.m., right? That's their FOMO. That's what we're doing right now. This is when you FOMO. You don't fucking FOMO when this is hitting our target up here at $4,000, okay? You don't FOMO up here. You're an idiot, right? That's when we're dumping on you. You FOMO right the fuck now, okay? When you see something like this, this is when you can go ahead and get a chub and go hard in the Discord. I still didn't say over fucking leverage though. Never did I say over leverage. I just said this is when you can go ahead and feel FOMO and feel alive, right? Get your fix. Pump that arm, right? Go ahead right now. This is the time to enjoy it, right? Enjoy trading. Don't feel like it's a burden on you. Embrace it. This is when you're allowed to, okay? Tight stops, massive targets, all right? Massive targets. All right, let's move on to Russian Litecoin. Nothing's really changed other than, yeah, you sold off a little bit more. But I mean, look, this is why we layer. This is why we don't set one just distinct price sitting right at the 886. This is a combination where you have a 618 on the B and an 886 on the D. This is called what, boys? The bullish Bartley. This is our invention. It's here. You're experiencing it. You're seeing a 618B, which is common of a Gartley. You're seeing an 886 on the D, which is common of a bat. But a bat would normally have a 50% on the B, right? Would normally have a 50% on the B. And the Gartley would normally have a 786 on the D, right? A 786. So it's a combination of a bullish bat and a bullish Gartley that we have now named the bullish Bartley. Okay, so it is in play. Bullish Bartley in play at this point. Stop can be raised just below the X. You already had the range bottom there. You're above it. You've been above it. You don't want to lose the X. Buck 16. It's even tight. I mean, it's really tight. Honestly, if you want, you can still be conservative down here, but it's up to you. 116 is also fine. Really, your stop's going to happen here, right? If this gets invalidated and, you know, ETH USDT gets invalidated and BTC USDT get invalidated, that's really when you just stop. You just hit close all positions. Get the fuck out of there. Bail out, right? Right now, whatever, you're just entering across all your assets, building your portfolio for the next, you know, 3 to 6 week ride to the upside, right? And if you get stopped out, well, whatever, we reevaluate, or you immediately short because you get stopped out, back test as resistance, and you start selling off with follow through to the downside. Now we're going to 20K, right? So either way, we know how to trade this in both directions. We don't have to know exactly which one. We're just making our decision here based on our edge. We're saying, look, if I have to make a fucking decision, I'm going to go with my edge to the upside here. But if I quickly get invalidated, I know what to do. I know how to flip and go short. And boom, I can make money both ways. We don't have to know what the market's going to do in order to make money. All we have to do is be respectful of our rules, mindful of our rules, don't over leverage, hedge one way, hedge the other way. They both have quick stops. One of them's going to print, the other one's going to have a marginal loss, and the one that's printing is going to cover the loss for the hedge, okay? You do this on a consistent basis, and you guys are gonna continue to just win, okay? And then the more you do it, the more you understand how to let these things play out and develop, because you'll see them play out over and over and over again. And that'll help you establish your mindset in the proper way that's gonna basically allow you to let these trades, you know, do what they need to do, right? I mean, you gotta let them play out, and in order to let them play out, your mindset has to be in the proper state in order to not just see a small little incremental percentage of green and really immediately want to cut it, right? You gotta let these winners run. You do not get opportunities like this every day where you get to buy the bottom of the range with harmonic patterns across the board, divergences across the board, tight invalidations. I mean, you gotta take advantage of these opportunities when they come, and don't feel that if you're missing out on this one right now today that it's over. There's gonna be a fucking another one, all right? There will be endless opportunities just like this. They just don't happen every day, but they don't take years to happen either, right? Many of these exact trade setups we're looking at. I'm going to show you another bullish Bartley just within 2021 on the 4 hour. Like, we're already towards the Q3. So I have Q3. I'm showing you one in real time. Hasn't even started to play out. And by the time we get into Q4, I'm going to show you another one. So, like, don't feel like you're missing out. Be patient. Wait for these opportunities just like this, okay? Especially when everyone, like, I don't know about you guys, but I see a lot of bullshit on Twitter right now. A lot of people thinking this is it, it's over. Yeah, good luck, bro. I mean, I don't know why it's over yet. Nothing's even happened yet. Like, we're literally in our entry buy zone. We're in our buy zone. You have a green candle, new day's open. How the fuck is it over? Like, what's over? How is this over? Nothing has even happened yet to say that it's over. What are you talking about? You have to break the levels before you can talk about, you know, you've never heard us say Bitcoin's going to $1 million. Bitcoin's going to 500,000. Like, we're barely even talking 100 grand, and we don't even really speak of that. Like, we barely could justify 80. And even before any of that, you have to break each of these levels one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. Then, you know, if we do all of this and continue to do, then you can talk about it. But right now, we got to just get to this midpoint. Like, we got to get to 35, right? We can't, you know, don't get too far ahead of yourself, right? It's okay to know where these things are, but until we take out the boss in this level, we can't be talking final boss yet, right? One level at a time, right? That's it. What is this? OMG, buy zone. Right at that 786. Yes, you had a little bit of a dip, but this was a 735. You had the room. Look, 786. Bam. So that dip, embrace it. It wasn't time yet. You had one more dip in the queue, and the harmonic allowed for it. Technically, it'll even allow you for one slightly little lower one and still be valid as fuck. Okay, so nothing's even happened here. AVAX, buy zone, FTM. This one really dumped. But again, if you still just look back at this initial harmonic back here, you're still just in these buy zones, right? Across the board, you basically, oh, look at this one. FTT, bullish shark. 1618 on the top, 113 on the bottom. Let's take a quick look at this. Okay. Okay. Okay, here you go. So X, A, B, the B kind of irrelevant here. That's not where the rules happen. The rule is up here at the top where you paint this high. You need to be between the 113 and the 1618. You hit a 1618. Then you sell all the way back off to the 113. Okay, so like this is really textbook of a shark. So this is the buy area. You already just pumped right off of it, right? So very, very interesting. See, everyone, again, I seen people on Twitter, I think it was even just, it was like 12 hours ago, it was this morning. Everyone's like, oh, you don't bet against Sam, watch out for FTI. It was nothing to do with that shit. Like, it was a textbook sharky poo, and that's what sent it. Okay, so I don't know, people talk about FA way too much and have no idea where they are on a pattern, right? This was gonna do that anyways. It had nothing to do with Sam, right? So it's cool that it's Sam's coin. I'm not hating on that. I like that it's Sam's coin and it's pumping, because yes, we have fundamental backing, but the technicals were gonna do it anyways. Okay, XLM still in the buy zone, even out of it, right? Even outside of it. So XLM, where you would have bought, you already bullish conditions, right? This is not hanging out like some of the other ones are. This is already starting to make higher lows and higher highs, right? So let's see how XLM plays out. AAVE, right smack in the buy zone. Okay, right smack in the buy zone. All right, so again, you can just kind of just cleaning it up. Nothing changing though, right? Nothing changing. And this is just the second harmonic. We had a buy zone down here. This was the real buy zone. Like, we talked about this one first. This was the Gartley. Look at this little Gartley. 618 into a 786. We said buy this. We even had a second one that actually said buy more. Okay, we had this there. If you watch the stream and you want to go back like 10 streams ago or whatever it was, go back to June 28th, 27th, 28th, watch the stream, look for Ave. It said buy zone, buy more, and you rallied up. Now you're painting another, again, combination of a bat and a Gartley, but more Gartley-esque. So you're painting a Gartley into a Gartley. Like, bruh, watch out. This thing's an ascend. Like, it already is. You know what I mean? It already is. You had the large harmonic, boom, shark into a Gartley, sent above the range midpoint, built another Gartley, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, hidden bullish divergence on significant time frames here. Yeah, exactly what's happening. All right. So, and this previous current 4 hour is green. So, I mean, nothing else we can say other than just let it play out. Linky Poo, this one is at the absolute bottom of the range. Crazy, crazy low point here. X, A, B, C, D. This is actually Cypher-esque. Come up here. Cypher. Low. Look where your low is. It's literally sitting on the bottom of the range. Look at that. Look at your low and look at where our range low is. Come on, bro. You could not possibly, no matter what you do, will you ever get a tighter invalidation than this on an asset. I don't care. I just don't care what you say. You're not going to get a tighter trade than that. All right? Just do it. Like, put grandma in this fucking trade right now, okay? If she stops out, grandma loses 2.5%. Whatever. All right? If grandma wins, she's I don't know. Just get grandma into this one, all right? It's that kind of time, all right? Grandma, you're buying Link at 15.50. You're going to dump it at 30. Double up, grandma. It's time. All right? It's that kind of time. That's what you're looking at. There isn't a possible tighter invalidation. You can't even freaking see the stop. But it's there, all right? I mean, you guys know it's there. You just got to do some zooming. You just got to do some zooming, all right? There's your stop, all right? There's your entry, there's your stop. Just mark it by. I don't even care at this point. Mark it by, put the stop at 14.75 and check back on this in 4 to 6 weeks. And you're either stopped out for 2% or you're up 100%. And you probably aped leverage like I know you guys do. So say you 4x'd it right now, you're up 500% in like 4 weeks. That's it. That's the end of the stream. I'm done. That's a mic drop, whatever you want to call it. Ducks out. I got nothing left. That's it. One last thing. Do it. Buy fucking more. Exactly. That's it. We're done.